Welcome to Flip TV News. My name is Victor Ajayi. First, the headlines. Our partnership rooted in mutual respect, shared values by Bola Tinubu and Emmanuel Macron. Governor arrests 6 ministry staff for selling government property. Lagos, task force impounds 128 motorcycles for illegal operations. Now the news in full. Our partnership rooted in mutual respect, shared values by Bola Tinubu and Emmanuel Macron. In the present era, international relations are often framed as if there were only two possible outcomes for states: to dominate or to be dominated, to vassalize or to be vassalized. Nations are supposed to make a choice in favor of this or that hegemon, this or that bloc. The lesson we are learning from our experience as heirs of state of two countries whose bilateral relationship has been deepening over the last 25 years is quite different. From our shared perspectives, we can very confidently say that we see our relationship as a partnership between equals. Indeed, there are moments in history when countries find themselves driven by shared interests that are well understood and recognized by all. France and Nigeria find themselves at such a pivotal moment. When we have mutual interest, we work together. It is in our mutual interest to encourage private sector investment between our two countries. It is in our mutual interest to develop thriving creative and cultural industries that will generate jobs for Nigerian and French young people. It is in our mutual interest to make sure that the Gulf of Guinea is safe for all economic activities. It is in our mutual interest to strengthen our food systems so that they are stable, secure, and not over-reliant on imports. We are glad that Nigeria and France are trusted partners to teach each other and to many countries all over the world. This trust is invaluable. This trust roots out constraint or prayer. It roots out systematic alignment. It roots out over-reliance. It leads us to respect the vision that our two countries have of their respective strategic autonomy. We define strategic autonomy as the ability for states to pursue their own interests without over-reliance on another state, particularly with regard to their national security and foreign policy, to choose a future for itself without foreign interference. Although the term is fairly recent, the principle of strategic autonomy is deeply rooted in the history of France and Nigeria. We need to strengthen our resilience to climate change and to better project biodiversity beyond national jurisdictions. Nigeria and France are proud to reaffirm today their commitment to work together in order to achieve these objectives and to help bring together all stakeholders fully aware of our shared interests and horizons. President Tinubu and President Macron in joint op-ed ahead of President Tinubu's state visit to France from November 28 to 29, 2024. Governor arrests 6 ministry staff for selling government property. Governor Francis Onwifuru of Ebonyi State has ordered the arrest and prosecution of 6 staff of the Ministry of Health for allegedly diverting materials meant for the ministry. This was made known in a statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Dr. Monday Uzo, and made available on Sunday. Onwifuru ordered the arrest of 1 Undike Anyansi and 5 others over the EU. The statement indicated that the Governor, while inspecting projects, cited and articulated vehicle loading registers, books, and other materials from the warehouse of the Ministry of Health. It added, Onwifuru stopped and made inquiries but not satisfied with answers given to him. The Governor probed further and discovered that patients' data registers, cards, and other documents were being moved into the vehicle. He also discovered that all the documents had been sold without government approval. The Governor, according to Uzo, described the action as sabotage of the government's efforts at repositioning the health sector. He said, "We are selling government documents without approval on a Saturday afternoon. The state hospitals in the rural areas are in need of registered data entry forms and hospital cards. Unfortunately, we are selling the ones produced by the government." Uzo further said that the suspect had been handed over to the police while investigation continued. Lagos task force impounds 128 motorcycles for illegal actions. The Lagos State Task Force has impounded 128 commercial motorcycles, popularly known as Okada, for operating illegally in some parts of the state. The chairman of the task force and the chief superintendent of police, Alitayo Akerele, disclosed this in a statement issued to newsmen on Sunday. In the statement signed by the Director of Press and Public Affairs of the task force, Badinyo Abdurrahim, Akerele said that Motorcycles were impounded in Sabo, Ikorodu Berger, and Ikon while enforcing the ban on the operations of commercial motorcycles in restricted areas of the state. It reiterated the task force unwavering stance on illegal operations of commercial motorcycles, stressing that both riders and passengers caught violating the ban would be prosecuted. He said passengers on Okada are as guilty as the riders. If caught, they will face the full weight of the law alongside the riders. The Lagos State Task Force remains committed to enforcing the law and ensuring that Lagos roads remain safe and motorable. Residents are encouraged to adhere to the regulations as these efforts are in place to protect the lives and property of all residents of the state. According to Akérèlé, all the 128 impounded motorcycles from all the locations will be forfeited to the state government through the court. That will be all on our news updates. Join us for more stories on our channels, Flip TV, Flip TV Plus. My name is Victor Ajayi.